and welcome back to my channel. So today I have an eyeshadow tutorial on this blue sunset inspired look using the Morphe and James Charles Eyeshadow Palette. It's kind of smoky but super colorful at the same time and very easy to do, and I absolutely love how it turned out and I hope you guys do too. So if you want to check out how I got this look, keep on watching. I'm starting off by taking the P. Louise base in the shade Rumor 02 and priming both of my eyelids to prepare for the eyeshadow. Now I'm taking a Morphe M321 brush and dipping into the shade Love That, and using that shade I'm going to carve out my lid. This is a different technique for working on your crease because instead of starting on the outside and working in from lightest to darkest, we are starting on the inside and working out from darkest color to lightest color. And now taking a Morphe M506, I'm going to use it to blend out the edges of the shade I just put down in my crease. And now taking the same brush, I'm dipping into the shade Rusted, and I'm going to place this on the edge of the first shade in the crease. And now I'm taking a Morphe M441 and dipping into the shade 518, and I'm going to work this on the outermost part of my crease. And now I'm taking a flat shading brush and I'm going to dip into the shade Cola and just pat this all over my lid. Don't worry about blending it just yet, just get the color on the lid because we will blend it out with a different color in the next step. And now I'm taking an M507 and dipping into the shade Escape, and using the shade I'm going to blend out the edge of the blue shadow I just placed down so it blends in with the crease. Now I'm taking a Morphe M433 and just dipping back into the shade Love That, and I'm going to blend out the purple I just placed to soften it and just make sure I don't lose any of the pink in the crease. Now taking the flat shading brush, I'm just going to go back into the shade Cola and pat this over my lid because I noticed it was getting a little bit patchy and I wanted to make sure the blue was nice and intense. Alright, this is it for the lids. I'm going to do part of my face makeup off camera and I'll be back so we can finish up the lower lash line. Okay, to start on the lower lash line, I'm taking a clean M433 and dipping into the shade 518 and just working this all over the lower lash line. And now I'm taking an M507 and dipping into the shade Rusted, and using this shade I'm just going to work it all over the lower lash line but closely hugging the lash line. And now I'm taking a Moda Pro smudger brush and dipping into the shade Love That, and using that shade I'm going to work it on my lower lash line, but working it as close to the lash line as I possibly can, even closer than the last shade I placed down. And then taking the same brush, I'm just dipping into the shade Escape and just working this tightly on the outer half of my lower lash line. And then taking a Morphe M213, I'm dipping into the shade Ring Light, and I'm going to use this to highlight my inner corners and beneath my brows. Alright, this is the completed eyeshadow look. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup off camera, and I will be back to show you guys the completed look. Alright, that is it for this blue sunset inspired eyeshadow tutorial using the Morphe James Charles Eyeshadow Palette. I hope you enjoyed it. I will leave the rest of the products I used on my face in the description box below in case there are any that you want to check out. And if you decide to recreate this look, please tag or message me on Instagram because I'd love to see it. And please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and turn on the bell for post notifications. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Valentina, and I'm so happy to have you here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.